Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So a while ago a lovely subscriber, Suzi, brought me a collection of the Very Mice colouring book, and it's a very special book to me because one of the first colour alongs I ever did, or colour with me's, was in a Very Mice colouring book, the first one, and I copied the front cover. So it's the end of my half term, or my colouring holiday as one subscriber called it, and the anxiety has kicked in massively. I don't know why, I've nothing to worry about, but it's there, and I have agonised for a colouring page to bring you, which is ridiculous. I love my colouring, you know I do, and it's my world, but every so often I feel a little bit overwhelmed and that my colouring is not good enough, blah blah blah. I won't bore you. So little books like this make all the difference. So Suzi, thank you so much. So today we're going to do a really quick picture in here, and it is really quick. So I have chosen this page with these two little guys. Let's come in so you can see. Let me move you in. With these two little guys jumping in the sky and just having fun. It's a really easy page, and even if you're a beginner you should be able to follow along with this. So what I've done for my ease, because popping the page down all the time, and it's Amazon paper, not that it matters, it's the nice Amazon paper, I have photocopied it and cut it out into this nice little square. So I will pop it in the book when I've done. But Kevin, our channel friend, let me just come out a little bit, has sent me this new paper. I will put a link to it below. It's really smooth, lovely white paper. And so far, all I've done is printed this out to test my Prismas on it. So today we're going to use Prismacolor pencils, and I'm going to use a little bit of Distress crayon, so these for the background. If you don't have them, it's fine, use your chalk, you can do pencil, you could do your gel crayons, any of those. So it's going to be the simplest page we've possibly ever done, so let's just get on with it. So I'm going to have a French grey mouse and a cool grey mouse. So here are the colours for my French grey mouse. Nice and simple. So I am going to take French grey 10% when I've sharpened it slightly, and I'm going to coat him. So I'm going to take my 10% and I'm going to put a nice wax base down. I've got something under my, oh look, stickles or something. I'll have to clean that off at a later date, or I'm going to have all bumps all over my colouring. So this is the 10% French grey, and I'm just going in and I'm going to leave his tummy for a second. Kevin, this paper, if you're watching, is divine. It really does like pencil. I'm not sure that it'd be how it would respond to watercolour on it, because it's quite thin, but it really is very nice. Okay, French grey 10% that was. Now I'm going to go in with another pencil that needs sharpening. I'm going to go in with my blush pink. So I'm going to do a little bit round his belly button, because he'll have a little pink tummy just in here. Little pink tummy. There we go. And he needs a pink nose. So in with our blush pink. And I'm going to give him pink cheeks before we go any further. Okay. Then of course he's going to have pink ears. So blush pink in there. I'm going to leave a little bit white at the top. Blush pink here. And a little bit of white at the top. There we go. Pink up his nose a bit. Okay, then we're going to go back to that 10% French grey, and I'm going to colour over that. It will mute it down a little bit, but it will still be there. And on his, so then we're going to go over his face with this 10%. Aren't they adorable? I'm sorry about the lighting, folks. The weather in the UK, it can't decide whether it wants to be sunny, miserable, cold, warm today. We've got a little bit of everything. So, yeah. Okay. So we've got our 10% down. We are now going to go in with our darker one. So I'm going to go in with our 90% French grey. Why did I not sharpen these pencils before I came on camera? I do not know. I apologise. Okay, so we're going to pick out the darkest spots, which you can see. So I'm just going to give him some round his little feet, and I'm not going to worry about putting first strokes in because it's all done for us, which is why these little books are so lovely when you just want some lovely, simple, easy colouring. So I'm going to go around the top of his head. Base of his ears, but you can see where it's got to, where the dark is on him. Definitely under his little chin. Okay, then we want a little bit around here. I'm trying to stay out of your way. We can put a little bit, give him a little bit of an armpit, and then a little bit around here, not too much, because we'll go in with our next colour in a second. Just leave that sort of straggly down there. Okay, then we're going to go in with our 50%, and this one doesn't need sharpening, hallelujah. Oh dear. I did plan another colour with me, but I just couldn't make it happen. I was just too overwhelmed and anxious. It's just ridiculous, I know. So I thought, do you know what, let's break this rut and fight back this stupid anxiety that kicks in. It will not win, folks. It will not have me. And I'll do a picture that I'm really comfortable with, that's very relaxing, and I'll share it with you guys. That was my thinking. So, my apologies for not getting out the Colouring Heaven one at the moment. Just bear with me. I will keep going, like I say, I keep fighting back, but sometimes you just have to take a step back and relax. So that's what I'm doing. And we're coming in here, we're going to make that our 50% in it around his little face. Going to have a little bit under his mouth there. Bring that in round his ears. Okay. Then we're going to go back to our 20% French grey and bring that into his tummy. So this will help blend all those darks out. But I wanted to keep this little belly. So he's got a little pink tummy showing through, isn't that cute? Okay, up his ear again, blend around his face, bring that down around his eyes. So can you see how quick and relaxing these are? They're just beautiful, beautiful images to just really sit back and enjoy. Okay, then we're going to go in with our 10% again. I'm going over his little cheeks. around his face. They're just so adorable, aren't they? Adorable! Oh, she's singing now, good God. Alright, so I've got two colours for his little feet and hands. So I've got blush pink and pink. Now I just want a very, very little bit of pink. So I'm going to go in with blush first. And we're going to fill in his tail. I don't want it too bright, but I just want that little bit of difference where the shading is. So on his little feet. And this one. Okay. Then we're going to take that pink and I'm just going to run down that dark edge really carefully and softly. So I don't want it too dark, but I just want that difference in tone. Can you see? I hope this is not blurry. That just about finished me off. If I go back to have a look and it's all blurry, goodness me, that wouldn't help. Incidentally, if it is blurry, just go onto the little cog wheel down at the bottom of the video and change the setting from automatic to a lower setting, and that should sort it out. A lower setting or a higher setting, and just play until it comes back. Okay, back in with that blush pink. And just smush that in a little bit. Then we can use a little bit of white and just pick out some little areas that I want lighter. So excuse the stubby pencil. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to do the same with our other little guy, but with a cool grey. So he'll look much browner against the cool grey one. And very cool. Go a little bit of white just to bring out that around there. I'm going to go back in with blush on his ear rolls just to pink them up again where we went over with that pale grey. And his little cheeks, and let's just have a little bit more pink on the tummy. Alright, one little mouse complete. That's mouse one. Nice and easy. Let's do mouse two. We need to keep those pinks out. So we're going to move to our cool greys. So I'm going to take the 10% cool grey. Can you see? Yeah. Come on, Lucy Lou. 10% cool grey, and we are going to cover him up. Okay, same as we did the other one. So I'm going in with the 10%. I'm going to avoid his little belly for a minute. There we go. Put it round on his fur, just so we've got a nice... I've got stickles everywhere. It's driving me potty. Can you hear it? Oh, I'm going to have to sort that out. Lucy, you need to be more careful with your stickles. I'm such a messy crafter, seriously. Okay, so we've got a nice grey base down. A little bit up that ear and there. Let's take our blush pink. So back to our blush pink. And we're going to put in his tummy. And his nose, and then these little cheeks. Could actually just put a little bit there for his lip on both of them. Bring that out. Okay, We'll do the feet afterwards. Let's go in now with our 70% cool grey, and we'll do the dark stuff first. So, like we did the other little mouse, I'm just following the artist. Who is the artist? Just give her some credit. Ellen, oh dear, Ellen Jaracki and Nicole Percy. There. You get 22 illustrations to colour. I will of course link it down below. It's just an Amazon book, but there's a whole like series of them. I think there's like 4. They're just perfect for when you're just not feeling it and you just want something easy. You don't really even need to do a background. We are going to do a very simple background using a stencil and some distress crayon. But like I said, they sometimes you just get stuck in a rut, don't you? And I know that I was with this cycle of, oh, you're not good enough, blah, blah, blah. And so it's just, for me, these kind of little books, sorry, we're going in with 30% now. These kind of little books just lift me. They give you that confidence back. They relax you. They're, you know, everything that colouring should be again. And normally is for me, unless the anxiety monster creeps in. So, okay, then we're going to go in with our 20% cool grey, and we're going to use that to help smush. Our technical term that if you've been following the channel you will know by now. I'm going to bring that into his face, down onto his nose, a little bit up his ear, and just round his chin, help blend that through. I hope you can see the sun, it's not my lighting, it's the sun going in and out. I've been doing it all morning, so I'm sorry if it's affecting the lighting. And then 10%, and we will go over his tummy. So that becomes underneath, so it just looks like his fur's over the top, as it should be. Then we're going to do the same over his cheek, around his chin, his little eyes. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of the 30% and just come up his ear, up here, just a little bit. There we are. Okay, let's do his ears and feet. So we're going to take the blush pink again, and I'm going to go in here. Just going to leave a little bit of white, a little bit of a white area. Okay, let's go back over his cheeks. Lovely, happy little guys that friendship is clearly helping to keep them happy and exercised. What am I talking about, folks? I have no idea. Ignore my stupid rambles. Over their little hands. I've got this little guy's hand. There we go, tail. See, I told you it was nice and simple. That's what I need to tell myself more often. Very few colours, but very effective. Okay, back in with our pink, and let's just put some darker areas in very carefully. So the base of his tail, you can see that you've got little dots known as pointillism for the shading. So you can just follow those little dots, put in your little darker areas there. his foot. I will go back in, so don't worry. Just have to make sure I've got the colours in the right place, and then we can go back in. There we go. Okay, back to our blush pink. Let's just smooth that out. There we go. Go back over that darker pink. Okay, where's my brush? Let's take the white and just then tone that down. It's just a little bit of white. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. Just tone that down. I'm going to help blend that cheek in a little bit. And that one. Okay. I'm a bit too dark with that dark pink, but that's okay. White up the side there, and on his little ear roll. Right, let's do the hands. So I don't want too much dark, so a little bit of the pink, and then back in with our blush. Here we go, holding hands. And then this little hand here. Not going to do too much. Pink. Go, and just go in with the white again. Just put some highlighted spots in. There we go. Right, two happy little mice. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Okay, let's come back here. Two happy little mice. So, let's have a look at the tree now. So, here it is. It's my ticket. Right, so for the tree I've got three colours. Nice and simple. Dark brown, light umber, and putty. So, I'm going to go in with our dark brown, and again I'm going to follow the lines on that we've been given, the little dots. And I'm going to put those in a little bit up here. I'm not pressing hard at this stage, I'm just putting in where I think I want the colours. Okay, then I'm going in with light umber. Going to blend that through, and you can see that the dots have stopped now. So I'm just going to bring that up to meet there where that branch meets. That would be darker, and then I'm going in with a little bit of putty, and we're going to smush that in. Bit of putty, and then we'll go back in and deepen it up. Couldn't get my words out then. Just deepen it where we want it. Okay, let me brush that off. Okay, that's how we're going to do the branch. Super, super simple. And then the cherries. So I'm going to have green stalks so that it changes away from the branch, and we're going to have red cherries, of course. Okay, so let's start with the cherries. I'm going to do black raspberry, crimson lake, and permanent red. Now this cherry is behind this one, so I'm going to make this side dark. And I'm using the black cherry, of course. Then I'm going to go in with crimson lake, go over that black cherry and bring that crimson lake out. And then just to really brighten it up, we're going to go in with permanent red. There we go. One little cherry. Let's do the other one. I'm going to do the dark cherry around this side, just because. Then Crimson Lake. And then permanent red. Blend that together. Missed a bit there. Just going to make that dark, actually, because it shouldn't have been there. I went out the line. Okay. So that's how our cherries are going to be done. And then just the stalks, I'm going in with kelp green first. And I'm just going to literally follow the line. Nothing fancy schmancy. And down this one. And then I'm going to use the dark green, and the reason I do it that way is because it takes, with the kelp green underneath, it takes some of the blue tone out of the dark green, if that makes any sense to you. And then we've got two little cherries. We'll put some highlights in when we've done the background. Alright folks, so I'm going to go off, finish all the cherries in the little branch, and then we're going to come back and do the background and the highlights on the cherries. I'll see you very shortly. Okay folks, they're all coloured and they're happily doing their thing. So now all we've got to do is the background, and it's super simple. I brought from Amazon, these are what are called dies, so you'd put them through a die machine and it would cut out these shapes for you. I like to use them as a template on backgrounds, so they work out really cool. So if we just place it down like that, I'm going to be using my Distress crayon. This is Broken China. Oh sorry, it's not. Yes it is Broken China, yeah. I've written Salty Ocean, so I'll fold that over. That's what it looks like when you sort of smudge it out. So what I've got is these makeup brushes. I will put links to all this down below. And all I do is take my Distress crayon, wind it up a little bit, and then I just paint it on the bristles. Okay, wind my crayon back down because I know what I'm like. It will be all over my page otherwise. So now I've got my brush loaded, I'm just going to use this little bit of card, and I'm just going to make sure that, there we go. So I'm going to carefully now, around my little mice, I'm going to start to put this cloud shape in. So I'm staying within the die line. And I'm just using my little blending brush. And I'm just going to put the Distress crayon. And what's lovely about these Distress crayons is they're the same as the ink colours. So, but my goodness, this way it's so much easier. But you get those beautiful colours that Tim Holtz brings to us. So I'm going to move my stencil and I'm going to try and fit it in to sort of carry on the shape. Let's have a little bump there and come round. So they're also a lot more pigmented than some of the crayons that, you know, the gel crayons is what I'm trying to think of. Than I've used. I brought some, what are they called? These ones. Shuttle Art, 48 colours. I can barely get, I don't know if it's me, I can barely get any pigment out of them at all. So hence the distress crayons. Okay, and I like the fact that if you leave your pigment on your brush and don't keep topping it up, we're going to get different shades. So now we can just put in, we can just pick another spot and we can put some more clouds in here. And it's going to get lighter because I haven't put any more pigment on the, I might put a little bit more on. No, I wasn't swearing, I said I'm going to put more on. Sorry folks, gosh. It has made me feel a whole lot better coming on and doing this video. Back to my stupid self. Okay, a little bit more pigment. And now I've got to try and line that up. That was silly. I can't remember where it was. There. Yeah. Okay. Okay, well it's got a lot more pigment. Okay. But you can get different gradients is what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's bring it over here. Let's put some between them. They do have names. Maxwell's one of them. I can't think what the other one. Maxwell, Monica, I think. There we go. Isn't that cute? And we can just like bring it down. We can have a little bit of cloud there. And let's do some around these cherries. Let's put some more colour on. You can mix up your colours. We could have a little bit of pink in there if we wanted. You know, do whatever you want. But I'm in love with these distress crayons. They're also water soluble, so you can scribble on a board and paint with them. I've done that in a video for a background. Let's, why don't we change it up maybe and have some fluffy clouds down the bottom here. Yeah, don't move the page. Can you see everything? Yeah, thank goodness. Okay, bring that up softly. I got these secondhand from eBay. Some were gifted to me and I realised how much I loved them, so I went and got some secondhand off eBay. Take the lid off and let's just put a little bit more pigment on. And then you could just go to town if you wanted to mix the colours up. But I just wanted a lovely, quick, stress-free video. And don't drop it like I just did. Okay, I'm just going to take off some of that. Let's go back to our small clouds, this side. We'll just come around there. And then we'll just soften that out. We need a little bit in these cherries, don't we, in here. So let's get a little bit more pigment. And it doesn't use much at all, but the beautiful thing about this is if you wanted to use a different colour on your brush, because they're water soluble, can say it, they'll wash out beautifully and then just let them dry naturally. Okay, where are we going here? Let's go over, let's go like this. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. It doesn't hurt your hands either because you don't have to work hard. Just want to be careful because I'm smudging that Prisma and I don't want purple. So we'll just softly put some, I mean I have got smaller sizes, but we'll just softly put some colour over there. There we go. There we are. And we have created one tiny little picture which I'm really happy with. Thank you guys for supporting me with this video, and we haven't done any highlights. We were going to. White Posca, yeah, supporting me with this video, and it's wonderful that I've got you guys to come to and share our wonderful hobby with. Okay, so where we put the lightest bit of colour, I'm just going to put a little highlighting. And I just randomly did mine. So obviously if they were behind something, another cherry, I made that darker, but here we go. Can you see? Yeah, just finishing touches, folks. It's all worth it. A little dot there. Little exclamation marks. Makes the world better. There we are. Now, I'm just going to put a little bit more white in their eyes. Just a tiny bit. You could go over with black and put your own dots in, but there we go. So we could have Monica and Maxwell. I don't know who they are, but let's come out. Alright, I'm thrilled with this little picture. Susie, thank you so much for your thoughtful gift of this book, and I'm sorry it's taken so long to get to it. I will do my very best to get more colour with me's out. I've got so many new books. The wonderful Kevin brought me the vintage My Room colouring book, and I am gutted to see that it is out of print. So you'll probably see that in finished pages rather than colour with me's, because the last thing I wanted to do is do a colour with me in a book that you can't buy. It's so sad. Why have they stopped printing it? No. Anyway, thank you guys for watching me and supporting me and all your love and sharing our joy together. So until we meet again in the very near future, check out the description box down below for the colouring book and supplies. Take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.